The stuff people stick in your mouths and light up to breathe the smoke? Those super dangerous cancer sticks or whatever those dangerous cancer sticks or whatever that are so terrible for you? Imagine if they were stupendous health supplements. Imagine if they were some stupendous health supplements that make you better the more you smoked. Lord. Would they ever would they have oh my god, would they ever have gotten as popular? Well, I'm still a minor and I don't intend to pick up the habit when I get older. But that guy
again.
Huh? Oh god.
God damn it, Crane! God damn it! God damn it! Why'd you say something?
Look, I wouldn't mind, but anyway. But that guy Oshino constantly letting a cigarette dangle between his lips. Not that he ever lit it. Had a I can't read anymore. Had left a strong impression on me. You couldn't help wondering. Maybe it's precisely because it's bad for you, because you shouldn't, that so many people smoke, that so many don't even stop now. It's wrong. You're not supposed to do it, precisely for that reason. It's terribly attractive. It's terribly enticing. It's terribly numbing. By the time I'd realize, I'd push Karen down into my bed. With my left hand still cradling her head, I leaned over her and pinned her down. She was bigger than me, but I only had to use this friction. But she was bigger than me, but I only had to use a fraction of my weight, and she went down smoothly, not resisting. I looked at Karen, gazed at her. She was swooning, melting into puddles. She was in heaven. Karen. Karen. Karen.
Oh.
I repeated her name over and over. Every time I spoke it, a fever flared up from deep inside me. Karen's body, too, was hot. Big mother. Thanks to the toothbrush inserted in her mouth. Well, probably even if it hadn't been there, she was lisping, her pupils unfocused. Yet she said, bravely, she said, Big brother, go ahead. Ahead? Ahead to where? That's how I'd wisecrack under normal circumstances, but I was feeling all sloppy as well. Sloppy, slippery, syrupy, seeping, woolly, woozing, wobbly, worming. I, Koyomi Aderagi, gently removed my left hand from behind Karen Aderagi's head and slowly extended it toward her breast. I do. What in tarnation? That was when a Boris, insensitive, deflating, no, a saving voice cut in. When I turned to look at the doorway that I had apparently left open, my other sibling, my littler little sister, that is to say Tsukihi, dressed in her traditional Japanese clothing, stood there awestruck. Her eyes wide as saucers, her mouth circular. She looked like one of those ancient doggy statuettes. More dumbstruck than awestruck. She might have clenched her jaw if it weren't on the door. If it weren't on the floor. Koyomi? Karen? What in tarnation?
Tarnation.
For some reason, Tsukihi was speaking with a Kyoto accent. In fact, it sounded a little like the Gion Kurdish variants. I guess she was confused. Wait, Tsukihi! I shouted. Don't get us wrong! Well, I shouted as I might. There was nothing to misconstrue here. It was, in fact, exactly what it looked like. The situation was pretty hard to misread. Koyomi, why are you brushing Karen's teeth and pushing it down in the bed with her loving kindness written all over her face? And Karen, why are you dressed in my clothes with a squint in your eyes when Koyomi is pinning you in this bed? Tsukihi had recovered her senses enough to drop her accent, but the question she posed wasn't as easy to dismiss. Her wide-open eyes regained the normal shape to a degree, but only because she was narrowing them into a reproach. We've gone from circles to triangles. The cold stare coming from Tsukihi was enough to shock me and Karen back into her senses. Once I snapped out of it, It was just as Tsukiki had, it was just as Tsukiki had said. In other words, her question couldn't be dismissed. Gosh, why am I brushing Karen's teeth and pushing it down on my bed with my loving kindness written over my face? What? Why am I dressing in clothes with a swoon in my eyes when Koyomi is paying on his bed? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I've never been so shocked in my life. That was close. Now there was a line you didn't cross. Taboo. Too taboo. You saved us, Stevie. Thank you. You saved us, Stevie. Thank you, said Karen and I in unison. It wasn't just our voices that were in sync. We whipped our bodies in Tsukiki's direction and thrust a finger at her. Our movements were perfectly identical. If this were synchronized swimming, we were golden. Under the circumstances, though, our synchronicity only worsened the impression we made on Tsukiki. There was no upside. A tin middle at an arcade was all we're getting. A tin middle at the arcade was all we're going to win. I mean, it was still propped to the top as I was still propped on top of the camera as we spoke. Huh. Indeed, what Tsukiki did next was not with great interest. Her eyes were no longer even narrowed, but shut tight, and her face was expressionless. Karen and I were breathing hard for an entirely different reason this time. We were awaiting judgment, anxiously. Viscous beads of sweat slithering across my skin. Yep. When Tsukiki raised her head, her face was cheerful and bright. It looked like we were going to receive a sympathetic verdict. Maybe allowances were made for extenuating.
Yeah, that's the word.
Christ, my brain. Maybe allowances would be made for extenuating circumstances, or at least we could get a suspended sentence. Karen and I perked up. Would you two mind staying right there? Requested Tsukiki. I'm gonna pop over to the convenience store to buy myself an owl. Swoosh! Right? Swoosh! Went the rug out from under her feet at that sentence. Man, an owl. With a grin frozen on her face, yet unsmiling. Tsukiki, at an anger level of 99, went out to the hall. Wham! She slammed the door right behind her with a withering force. Tsukiki! Karen shouted after her. I don't think they sell owls at the convenience store. You're going to have to go to a dedicated hardware store. The comment seemed a little misguided. Tsukiki ignored it completely. Her feet went pounding down the stairs, and soon all was quiet. Yikes! What just happened? What had just happened? It was pure pandemonium. Even if she didn't buy an owl from the convenience store, with the mood she was in, she'd find one somewhere. What to do? Well, the more pressing issue was probably what was going to be done to us. Koyomi, you're crushing me. Karen complained as I racked my head. Oh, sorry. I got off of her. She sat off. I can't read anymore.
She sat up.
I know. She sat up as well and rearranged her disheveled de facto miniskirt. She seemed a little self-conscious. Shy Karen was a rare sight. Usually nothing embarrassed her. Koyomi? About our match? Huh? Match? Was that word supposed to mean something to me? Was it the name of some plant? Or one of those vocabulary words I memorized that morning? When I cocked my head in confusion, she added, it's been way more than 5 minutes. Right. Now that she mentioned it, this whole incident had started as a match between us. Finally remembering, I glanced up at the clock. Indeed, the 5 minutes were up, or rather, 15 minutes had passed. No wonder Tsukiki stumbled on us like that. Ah, shucks. Ouch, I lost. Actually, putting aside having lost, I had to give props to her tenacity. It was time for me to see her respect she was owed. I may have forgotten myself partway through, but
様々
anyone
な
who
攻
could
撃スキルを組み合わせる
withstand
ことで
such
縦横無尽に戦闘を行えるようになる。
for 15 minutes too. She was a monster. I guess you got me. A promise is a promise. Okay, Karen, I'll go and give you some cover. That didn't mean I'd liked it one bit, but if Karen really wanted to
虚
be
空から
combo,
ブレードを
I
召
didn't have
喚
any
して
reason
攻
to
撃する。
interfere. At
序
least
盤で
no
は攻
right.
撃力が課題にな
I
る
didn't
が、
suspect they would
コ
get
アポ
along.
テンシャルを解放
You're
す
too
る
of a kind
と、
after
様
all.
々な場所からブレードを
You
実
did
現
well,
するこ
Karen.
とができ
Victory
る。
is yours.
次々と現れるブ
I
レ
guess
ー
today
ドを
was
発
my
射する
turn
こ
to
とで
lose. I
前
guess.
方の敵を殲滅する。
Despite my
Congratulations.
Despite my congratulations, her response seemed lukewarm.
俊敏な動きで体験を振るい、
Ahem.
紋
She
章を
cleared
出
her
現させ
throat
るこ
loudly
と
as
で
I
攻撃する。
wondered what was
紋
up.
章にも攻撃判定があり、コアポテンシャルを成長さ
She
せるこ
coughed
とで、
several times,
より
apparently
大
on
きく綺麗
purpose,
になる
and
た
then
め、
punched her large
フィール
frame
ド
into
で
a
は
toy
花が
ball.
咲くように戦う。
Koyomi? Yes? Well, if he wants. I mean, only if he insists. I guess we could go out for 2 out of 3. Dot.
レイチェル・アルカ
See,
彼女は従者である
He
者たち
interrupted
が
us before we were done,
高い
so
機動
usually
性
we
と連
wouldn't.
続性レイチェル・
But
アル彼
besides,
女は
we got plenty of time to
高い
cover
機
before
動
she
性
gets
と
back.
連続
I
性を
wouldn't
備える
mind
キャラクター。
company for a few
縦
more
横無尽な
rounds.
突進を得意とし、
Feigning extreme
また回転
nonchalance,
しながら周りの
cheeks
敵を攻
flushing
撃す
red
ることが
as
で
she
きる。
made her
分
proposal.
身を作り出
Karen
し、
glanced at me
本体と一緒に
bashfully.
攻撃することもできる。
Well, I quietly gripped the toothbrush, which was still in my hand. In that case, I'll request a rematch. Maybe?
ジン、
Of
如月
course. I
敵を
wouldn't
減
want
速
to
さ
run
せ、
from a
凍結さ
challenge.
せることができる。
Except,
ここの絵、
should
様
we
々な武
switch
装で
dealers?
高速移動や
Okay,
革
that
命
always sounds
移
fair.
動速度が遅い前に夏目、
Neither
槍
of
を
us
使い、
in the other's
突
eyes.
進響き、
We
あらゆ
plunged
る武
into
器
a
の
best
使
of
用
three
や
match,
影を
which
操
is
る
how,
攻撃
as
な
of
どを
that
得
morning,
意とする。
Karen and
ま
I
た、
began to
背
get
後
along
から
a
ラグナーザ
little,
グラ
just
スキル
just
発動
a
時に
little
HP を消
better.
費するが、ノエル・バーミリ
Eh,
以上のラムダイレブン
I have to read you this one summary I saw in the book. Okay.
Oh my
ラム
god.
ラグナ
In
ー
the
ザギリ
first half of the
革
fake
命
tale,
ジン、
Lost
さら
Soul
北をか
Araragi helped resolve his bigger little sister Karen's feverish run-in with a fraud. In the second half, tend to his little sister Tsukihi's issues, but not before staging the toothbrush episode that the acclaimed anime adaptation's viewers found quite memorable against her judgment. So yeah, they advertised the toothbrush episode and the summary was book. They knew what they were
Hell
doing.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh man, Central Guard's not killing this. That's how the story ends. She just
次の
goes
空間に進みまし
over
ょう
that toothbrush
一
scene.
定数の空間を通過すると精鋭の敵に挑戦することができます
Thank you for reading that to me. It was funny.
That was a reading, right?
They went back for round 3, I think. I forgot.
Rounds 2 and 3. Well, I mean, it's the best of 3.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why that one wasn't adapted or was it adapted to a audiobook yet. You can see why.
Bored.
Can't wait to listen to them while I'm working on Gym again whenever it does release.
Wait, so that's done? You're done with the reading?
Yep.
For the most part, yeah.